Okay, so I recently bought an $85 water bottle. I know you're probably thinking I'm absolutely crazy for buying an $85 water bottle. But according to Dr. Eric Berg, drinking water out of plastic is not real wise. And I try to eat healthy foods, eat whole foods, and I just would rather my water be as filtered as possible. But anyways, I've had problems with these in the past, with these plastics things getting all messed up in the top, breaking off and things. And then when I go on long epic bike rides, these things tend to overheat. Now, I don't know if this thing is going to work on a long epic bike ride, but we'll find out. And I don't know if I really want to be lugging four of these things around. 4 times $85, $400 sitting in your bike for somebody to just go rip off. But this is actually for running, this particular one. And so this is a Vargo titanium water bottle. Supposedly titanium does not leach into your food. So it came in this little box right here. It was right sitting on my porch for anybody to come get. But so it's a much smaller bottle. And yes, I did want a small bottle because I wanted to be able to carry it while I was jogging. And I forgot my GPS. I don't know what I did with my GPS. Where is it? Oh, it's over here by the computer. Let me go get that real quick. Because I do not want to be drinking out of plastic anymore. I prefer not to. I've been doing marathons the last couple of weeks without any water or food. I'd eat before I'd go, but I wouldn't carry anything with me. So this will at least help a little bit, give me a little bit of a relief while I'm out there. There was one time I got tired on the marathon and it was like snowy outside. You know, it was warm weather, but it was snowy outside, so I like stopped and just ate snow off the side of the road, you know, a couple of times. The clean snow anyways. It was pretty good actually, but it didn't have any potassium in it. So this is a pretty small water bottle. I don't think it's going to carry anywhere near as much as this one. It's already picking up smudges. That's one of the bigger complaints you'll find on the website. There's like smudges there, but my understanding is it's not a sanitary issue. It's just cosmetic. I don't care what it looks like. You should see the inside of that water bottle, but I do need them to stay clean. And so my question is whether I'll be able to run with this, hold the GPS, and get a drink, because this, unlike the plastic water bottles, you just have a spout and you squeeze and they squirt a stream. You can stick it in your mouth if you need to keep it from spraying all over the place. But this one, you have to open the top, so it's really more suited for camping and hiking. But I'm going to try to use it for a run. So let's see, can I grab it? Yes. Right? Okay, I can hold my GPS right here, the eTrex 30X. Hold the water bottle like this. Hold my keys in the other hand. Unscrew, and there I go. And then I can drink while I'm jogging. That ought to be really fun. Sure. Can't get my hand down in there or anything like that. One of the big complaints I've heard on the online reviews is that metal scratchy sound. Yeah. And also, it's going to be really fun for me to twist this on when I'm jogging. It's kind of a coordination thing. I hope I don't scratch the titanium too bad. But I hear titanium is pretty robust. It's got this little seal. I guess this is silicone. Very small amount of silicone there. That's cool. I got a glass jar so I can drink at work when I'm not jockeying around. And it's food grade silicone, food grade glass. I mean, it uses silicone on the lid. And I've been eating homemade vegetable kind of soup out of it. I don't use any broth. I just throw turmeric and, I don't know, celery, spinach, onions, garlic, and salt and pepper. And I don't know, there's probably something else I put in there that I forgot. Oh, ginger. Very, very, very important. Great when you're in vocal classes. Ginger will clear that throat up like really well. Lemon will too, but I try to avoid lemon when I'm at work because lemon can really rot your teeth. I mean, it's no sugar there, but it just the acid destroys your teeth. I'm probably gonna put acid in this, just for my run, just for the potassium or whatever. One of the big problems that runners have is salt and potassium, or what is it? Sodium and potassium. Well, sodium's easy to get. You just throw salt in there. You can even get that while you're fasting. But I'm going to actually I want potassium too, which is very hard to get when you're fasting, by the way. I will not be fasting on this run, but I'm going to dump like chia seeds, water, a squeezed lemon, and salt in here. And I think I talked to Grok about this. I actually talked to Grok for advice about this titanium water bottle. And I think Grok said this would be the brand to go with for a water bottle that does not leach chemicals into your food. So supposedly, titanium does not hold odors. It does not hold, and it does not leach chemicals. I even thought about getting a titanium, what is it? What the heck? Oh yeah, I really wished I could get a titanium bicycle, but that's really out of my price range. The titanium frame. I found that steel is perfectly fine for me on a bicycle. I'm not eating it. I'm not eating off of my bicycle. And I've got a steel frame that's like more than 25 years old. And it's still going. The bike is like completely different, but it's steel frame. I would not trust aluminum. That's what this bicycle is made out of. I would not trust aluminum on for food. Forget it. Just don't even go there. There's a really great article that explains all the benefits of different water bottles types. A new one is silicone. I am not trying that, but that shows some potential possibility for not leaching into your food, being easily carried, and fairly safe. But I'm going to be going with this Vargo bottle. This thing cost me 85 bucks. So, anyways, I wonder, would it fit on my bicycle if I did have the money to, I mean, if I was crazy enough to put 4 of these things on my bicycle? Well, let's see. Will it go back here? Will it go back here? Yeah, looks like it. Like scratchy. Well, it's not the water bottle's problem. It's fits right back on the rear ones. That would be a little tricky to do while I'm riding. I don't know if you could see what I'm doing there. Did you even see me put it in there? Yeah, you did. So, yeah, it would work great for the rear ones. Would it work on these ones in the front? These are very expensive Bontrager cages down at the bottom here. I got this from a friend. He sold it to me. It was his son's bicycle. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. Can you see the water bottle cage? This is a Bontrager. Goodness, it's not working. I'm gonna have to take this off. Can I get it off? My hand's full. So, anyways, this bike is super lightweight. It absorbs the road fairly well. There's an old University of Arkansas registration sticker back when you had to register bicycles. So, anyways, it absorbs the road pretty well. It's super lightweight. This thing is amazing for like criteriums and for like hill work. If you're like lightweight like me, I used to be. I've gained some weight because I've been doing upper body work. But anyways, will this fit down here? Yeah, probably will, even with the lid on. Let's put that lid back on. Oh, that's kind of frustrating. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that while on a run, but yeah. So it fits right in there. Okay. Yeah, so you could use this for that for a bike ride too, if you could afford 4 of these suckers. All right, so I guess the question here, one of the things that happens when you do this is it scratches when you run it. And I've also heard that you can like heat water in these things. You can like throw these right over your oven, and you can heat water directly in it to sanitize it directly that way. So if I wanted to clean this thing, all I really need to do is like pour some boiling water in it, throw it, or pour some water in it, boil on the stove for a while, and there, it's clean for me. I mean, clean is relative. Yeah, you don't want me to talk about clean, but I'm talking about sanitized. That's a good way to sanitize it. So, the scratchiness. People have talked about lubricating these things. And they were like, why would you put lube on this? Well, I found out because I've had a mice invasion in my house. I've got a mouse wheel that I've gotten for them. I got them on a different There's a video where I tried to put him in like a hamster cage, and he like squeezed right through the bottom bars and went out. It's on YouTube, on another area of the YouTube channel. But anyways, so that cage did not work for these mice that are invading my house. So I decided to put them in. I decided to salvage it, and I put some of the stuff from that mice cage into the into a plastic container. And the plastic container holds them most of the time, but I have seen them break out before. Anyways, one could like choose a hole in the plastic and escape. That was really frustrating, but it hasn't happened lately. I kind of watch them sometimes. And so there was this mouse wheel, and it was squeaking really bad, and I didn't want to harm the mice. Well, I didn't want to like put them around chemicals, because I know how sensitive I am to like bike lube and like WD-40 and things like that. I can't stand it. So I thought, what would these mice like, particularly being in that confined space, that little, well, I don't know if I want you to see the house, but it's kind of disgusting. If I go over here, I'll show you the little, you won't be able to see the mouse because the baby mouse, because she's hiding. But that wheel back there was squeaking. And so I figured, well, olive oil is pretty slick and it's really healthy. So I poured some olive oil on that little spindle on the back there. Yeah, it's white. You can't see it, but you can pull that wheel off. And I need to clean the wheel because they've been pooping in there. Put some olive oil on the spindle, then you can just throw that wheel back on there. Man, it works great. It sounds perfect. And all I have to do is like re-grease that thing every time whenever I clean the wheel, and it works out. So what I'm gonna try now is I'm gonna try to put some olive oil on this. I'm gonna try to put some olive oil on this, whatever you call it, crud. I'm gonna try to put some olive oil on this Vargo thing and see if it works. So here's all extra virgin olive oil from Aldi's. I really love Aldi's. There's not everything at Aldi's is cheaper, but there are some things like salmon, canned salmon is way cheaper at Aldi's than it is at Walmart. It used to be, at one time Walmart had about the same price, but Walmart has gone so far up on their salmon. I guess they found out that it's like a miracle food, so they decided to start charging people a lot of money for it. Kind of like they did with chicken eggs. You don't even want to get me started about chicken eggs. Chicken eggs used to be cheap, but there's like this, I can't even say the word on YouTube, what I want to call it, but there's this thing going on about chicken eggs, and I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, and I don't want to get shadow banned, because I already don't get enough viewers as it is. So if you're a conspiracy theorist, hit the subscribe button. You'll do me and you a favor, maybe. No, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I don't always like some of this garbage that people put down about freaking out the sky is falling every time a new thing comes out. But anyway, so I got some olive oil on my fingers. I'm going to coat that around on the outside and on the inside and the outside. It'll be perfectly healthy to eat. There we go. Now on the threads, scrub that around there a bit. See if it makes any difference on the sound. I don't know if it will or not, but it's safe, so why not, So, no, it still sounds scratchy. Yeah, it's not really gonna make much difference. Maybe a little. I think it's not. I think it's a little less scratchy. It works wonders on the mouse wheel, but it doesn't really work so great on this. So it's just something you're gonna have to tolerate. And if you're like a musician, I'm like a wannabe musician, but I'm not really a musician. I'm a BA in music student at University of Arkansas, where I happen to be employed there, and they let me take the classes. I wished I'd joined the U.S. Army band instead of going into IT. IT is something I don't really care for, to be honest. And AI is like totally messing over the music industry. Yeah, Miss Crystal, the top music attorney. She'll tell you all about it. You should subscribe to her channel too. So, yeah. I don't really like that sound. I don't think the olive oil is going to make any difference. I'm just going to have to put up with it. But hopefully it doesn't scratch itself to pieces and I don't wind up consuming titanium. Alright, so here we go. Let's see how much this thing holds. Compared to the regular water bottle. This is my typical water bottle. And I'm gonna pour this into an uninsulated titanium water bottle. Insulation is not a big deal for me because I normally do like epic rides, or I do epic adventures. That is amazing. It carries the same freaking amount, man. So, if I could like put like 4 of these suckers on here and like hide this titanium, right, wipe that off of there, and just non-discreetly, I could go down the road with 4 of these babies. Oh yeah, on a like 200-mile bike ride. I'm still healthy enough to do a 200-mile bike ride. I haven't lost all of my fitness. But yeah, I'm gonna go run a marathon here soon with this water bottle. And oh, I didn't check what it weighs compared to. That's a bummer. Let me see here. I'm gonna pour this water out. So where'd the GPS go? I need that. Oh yeah. So will I be able to hold this? Yep, sure looks like it. And so I'm just gonna go right on. Oh no, it's kind of slippery. I have to be careful. I didn't even wash this. So I'm just gonna go roaming down the road like that. Should work. It is slick though, so it may fall out, and it might be interesting what happens when I drop this. I know I will. I'm gonna drop this, guaranteed, at some point. It's gonna make a really loud sound, get a ding, but supposedly titanium's really strong, so yeah. So one last thing, we need to do like a weight test before I conclude this and go off, put the chia seeds and the lemon in here and go off on a marathon. So I'm gonna go do the weight test real quick. Let me go get that. I'm liking this because it's already feeling cold, you know. I mean, it feels cold. It's not insulated, but it just feels great. How much does it weigh? I have no idea. I don't have a scale, but they both feel the same thing to me, you know? And this one's like, you know, there's not like, if I squeeze real hard, it doesn't like cave and stuff. So I can't squirt, but I don't really need that. One of the things I'm gonna try to do when I get back is I'm gonna try, and this is gonna be a mess, I'm gonna try to get on the rollers and ride with no hands on the rollers, pull this baby out. Well, with one hand, I'm gonna pull this baby out. Then I'm gonna go up into no hand position. And I'm gonna try to unscrew this thing and drink and put it back on and put it back in its water bottle holder while on rollers. I know I can do it on the road, but the problem with on the road is that the camera will not be on me because I don't have a buddy to film me while I'm doing this. So you won't be able to see that it is actually possible to drink out of this sucker while you're on a road race. Well, I don't know about a criterium. I would not do that on a criterium. No way. That's like suicide. You'd get your license revoked for that. You have to have a USAC license to do criteriums. But anyway, my license is like expired. I haven't been road racing in a while. But on if you're like on a road race, not like a criterium where it's like cramped and stuff, they would probably tolerate it, you sitting up and drinking like that. I wouldn't necessarily recommend this for a race, but if you're on a long epic journey and you're by yourself, you only got a couple of buddies, it's perfectly okay to sit up, ride no hands, go get your drink and everything, and you put food in here, and then you don't have to have in your back of your jersey and all that kind of stuff. But and yeah, you can carry stuff in a tri-suit, but tri-suits are expensive and they're not so durable. So anyways, but yeah, if on a bike, I would be mostly salt water, and then I would have titanium potato. I would have, I invented a new word by accident. I would like put like, potatoes in my back pocket to get my potassium and my electrolytes. And then just the salt water be in the front. Now you can't put like things like grape juice and pomegranate juice or green tea in your water bottles on occasion on a race for an extra competitive edge. No Gatorade. Gatorade it's worthless. I mean, I know they pay these football teams lots of money to drink that crap, but it's not good for you. You'd probably be better off drinking grape juice than Gatorade. But anyway, you can do that, but the problem is over time you're gonna like get crap in your water bottles. You don't want to see the inside of this water bottle. In fact, I don't want to gross you out because I know you'll think less of me, but this is YouTube, and I want to give you a little bit of entertainment at least. So I'm going to show you what this inside of this water bottle looks like. So just so you can, and if you're like have a sensitive stomach, you may want to like tune out, not see this part. But let's see if I can get in here. Let's see. Can you see in there? It's probably sick and gross looking. You all that? Yeah. So you need to clean your water bottle on a regular basis. Another thing about that is really you're better off in most cases just using salt water. Because I'm going on a marathon, I will be doing the chia seed plus lemon mixture. You need to be careful about putting lemon in plastic. It may degrade the plastic over time, and you may wind up with leaching situations, right? So be careful what you, and also, I can put like apple cider vinegar in here to like clean this out. Grok says it's okay. I think it said it has, if I put that chia seed lemon salt mixture in here, I'll get like 25% of my magnesium and about 4% of my potassium, which is pretty good. It's really, really, really hard to get potassium. And I don't want to mess with creating potato water today. I don't have a way to test how much potassium would be in the potato water if I like blended the potatoes with a blender. But then again, what are you going to use for the blender? The last blender I had was like, actually it belonged to the mother of my children, and I don't think she took it with her. It was like plastic, so we're not getting around the problem. See, so but with the potato water, I can do that in a stainless steel pot, but I don't have a way to test it to see how much of the potassium is coming out of the potatoes and going into the water. So I'm just going to do the chia seeds and the lemon, squeeze the lemon, and I'm going to call it good. That'll give me a little bit of potassium. I don't have to go use some nasty gels that are not good for my health and have all kinds of crazy sugars that I shouldn't be eating that Dr. Eric Berg wouldn't approve of. So I'm going to go run for my marathon, and when I come back, I'm going to get on here and I'm going to try to do the roller test, which I may have some wrecks, but that's where I'm going. I'm back from my jog. I didn't do amazingly well, but I did okay. I think I got my marathon in on slightly under 4 hours. I was hoping for under 3 hours, 30 minutes, but not happening today. I've done that twice since I turned 50, but did not happen today. Came in at 4 hours, even with the water bottle here. So I had hydration. I started hydrating about mile 14 because I don't want to run out. But, and then I was just running on what I had earlier. Let's see if the chia seeds came out. How the chia seeds did here. Can we see any chia seeds in there? I can't. That's hard to see. Well, I don't know if you can see, but I don't see. Let's see. I don't see any chia seeds in here. None of them stuck to. Well, okay, there's one on the threads. There's one on the threads. But they came out real clean. That's good. That's really, really, really good news. So, I didn't have a hard time unscrewing and screwing this back on, holding it. I didn't drop it a single time. Now, when I go on the rollers, I probably will. I'll probably crash and everything else because I haven't ridden with rollers and without hands in a long time. I've never actually mastered it, to be quite frank, without hands. But so here's the. So it's clean. That's the whole point. And it was one thing I forgot to mention is I wonder how hot this thing's going to get when it's 100 degrees outside. It doesn't get up to 100 degrees in Arkansas very often, but it is theoretically in Northwest Arkansas very often, but it is theoretically possible. So when it gets up to 90, maybe 100, we'll see how I can handle this. I don't know if I'm going to go for a run with this, but I might go for a bike ride. And of course I can't take the camera I can take the camera, but you won't be able to see me. I don't know how to mount a selfie stick onto the bike. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out onto the rollers and see if I can actually get a drink. See, it still makes that scratchy noise. You have to be careful when you tie that. That could be a problem while I'm on rollers. And it's much harder to ride on rollers than it is to ride on an actual ride on the road. But anyway. Okay, I can't see out here real well. I don't want to do this a whole bunch of times. I haven't been on rollers in a long time. So if I mess it up, I want to like repeat it a million over and over and over again. But first of all, getting on rollers, starting on rollers is a pain to begin with. Most people will push off the wall to get started, at least so they can clip in. Oh. And they often have a brick on the side. I might be better off starting closer to the wall because it's been so long. See, the first clip in is easy, but yeah, this is awkward. Yep, I'm already starting to cramp. Yeah, that did not work. Okay, I'm on, but I gotta get clipped in. Dude, I am not getting clipped in. Doesn't help that these are single-sided pedals. I haven't done this in a long time. It's not. I think I got it. Okay, I'm clipped in. Okay. Getting the water bottle out is easy. But I have to unscrew the lid somehow. Now that I'm rested. I'm still a little bit tired from the marathon. Oh, almost came off and crashed. So, to get the water bottle out, well, it's not that easy. See, I got it out. But I need to learn to ride with one of hands, and it's been a long time since I've done that. On rollers. It's easy to do on the road. On rollers it's a pain. So here we go. Yeah, that didn't work. Okay. Okay, I'm back on. Okay. Not. Okay. This is. Oh, crap. That didn't work so well. I almost had it. I'm not going to be able to do all four of these. There we go. Okay. Back on. Not clipped in. It's hard enough to stay on these things without doing all this fancy stuff. You can even do one-legged drills. I'm not doing that right now. Come on. I'm gonna get clipped in. Can't.
reason I'm having a harder time clipping in on the left. It's good practice for a road race though, because this is often a problem when starting in a road race. Getting that, what the heck? Not. I think that's it right there. No. I have to try my other leg. Got it. Okay. That was hard. Get some breath. Okay. No? Okay. Believe me, it's way easier on the road. Okay. We are stable. Can I pull the water bottle out? Got it. Okay. Unscrew. This is easier than jogging here at this point. That almost was an accident. Screw the lid back on. Got it back on. Come on. Get that back in. And you can hear ambulances because they know that I'm not wearing a helmet and I'm about to crash. And I am not doing this for the other 3 cages. Forget it. I am not good enough on rollers to do that. But trust me, it is possible to do this on the road.
Okay, please hold the comments that how messy this place is, and that I deserve a mouse invasion as messy as this is. But I've been told that you can put this water bottle directly on the fire, but if I were to do that, then it would go right through the grill. So I stuck it in a pot, and the pot has some boiling water in it. You do definitely need to take this top off, because there's like a silicone, I'm sorry, not silicone. Is it silicone? I don't know. It's food grade seal there. It's not plastic. I think it's called silicone. I don't remember. It's the same stuff as this. I know, it's gross. This thing right here. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, so yeah, this water here is pretty hot. You can see that it's simmering inside, but it's not boiling. If I were to just dip my finger in there real quick. Yeah, it's pretty warm. Yeah, it's hot. That's not something that feels very good. So now on the outside, I bet this is flaming hot. Interestingly, it's not as hot as I would think it'd be, but it is hot because it's metal. So I'm just very surprised at how clean that thing is inside. So you have options for cleaning this. The chia seeds worked out great. I might point out, there was one time they gel up and make like balls inside the container. There was one time that the ball was so big I could have possibly choked myself while running through, not through the sippy but through the open mouth. But the chia seeds are so squishy that they just squished right on down, so there was not an issue there. You may not want to put chia seeds in your water bottle, but the advantage to me of the chia seeds is that there was like no sugar in this thing. There was lemon juice, salt, and chia seeds, and I was able to get 25% of my potassium and I think 4% of my magnesium my feet feel better. I did not get 3 hours and 30 minutes like I wanted to, under 3 hours and 30 minutes like I wanted to, but I did get under 4 hours, which is pretty good for my age of 50. So lots of options to clean this titanium, and I am very surprised how clean it is inside. You could probably, and the water tasted great, and there was no leakage that I'm aware of. You could probably even put grape juice in there, but I would not recommend it. You know, there's no telling what it'll do to this silicone seal. And, you know, getting it clean is another story. I mean, if you're racing, grape juice, yeah, maybe pomegranate juice, grape juice. But, you know, I would not be using this kind of a container for racing. It's too dangerous. But you saw that I could, in a situation where you're out by yourself, you saw that I was able to actually get the water out of here on rollers, which is quite difficult on rollers. So it's definitely doable on the road. The problem is I can't show you how to do it on the road because I don't have a buddy to cam the footage, and he would while I drive along. The ideal way to do that would be to have a car drive alongside you and have a passenger in the car, or a motorcycle ride along beside you, and somebody running shotgun or behind the motorcycle driver taking the pictures. That's how they do it in the pros during cycling events. That would be the ideal way, because for a guy to be filming you while he's riding his bicycle is problematic, and I can't figure out how to do a selfie stick. So that's why I did the rollers, which is actually more difficult than road riding. But anyways, I'm very pleased with this water bottle. We'll see how I feel when it's summer and it's like 9, and I may potentially jog in 90 to 100 degree weather. How this thing feels. I really don't know if I'm going to be brave enough to do a marathon in 100 or 90 degree or 100 degree weather this year, especially with only this amount of water. But this does hold as much water as a standard standard bicycle water bottle. And if you're doing like bike packing, you're doing a long epic journey, what is it, a tour, this is great for that. But if you need to be like absolute speed, you don't want to be fooling around with having to sit up, ride no hands, unscrew, drink, put this back on. It can be problematic. So this works good for running, and it works good for running, and it would possibly even work for biking. But I haven't tested it in extremely hot weather, and I would not use it for racing.